Hey guys, Burrito here, and I'm the developer of Reborn plugin. In today's video, I will be showing you how you can set up the map properly for the plugin. So let's get started. So first things first, you need to do map/create, and then you do the name of the map. So in this case, we'll be using Demos Breeze as an example, which is quite popular map on MTSG. It used to be. So once we have created the map, it's good to have the map in your worlds folder. So sorry, in the Reborn folder. So you can just drag and drop the folder of the map inside, and then you can do map/load demos breeze, and the operators will be notified that the map is loaded. So now we can do /map teleport demos breeze. And essentially the map is here, right? So next things you need to do once you're on the map is you need to set up the center of the map. So you can go to the center of the map, you can do /map set center demos breeze. After that you will need to set up the cuboid values of the map, so you can go on the opposite corners of the map. So we will go here. The good thing about the Demos Breeze is that it has these corners that will make our life easier. So we will go all the way down here, and then we can do /map set position 1 Demos Breeze. Once we have done that, we go to the opposite side of the map. So we are here on the opposite side of the map. We go on the top of the map, and then we do /map set position 2 demos breeze, and that's it. Essentially the cuboid value is set up. So next thing we need to do is we need to go back to the center of the map. So next thing we need to do is we need to set up the spawn points of the map. We go here. In this case, we'll be setting up the FFA spawns. The plugin has options for team games and for FFA spawns. So you can do map add spawn, which will set the FFA spawn of the map. If you want to set up the team spawn, you can do /team spawn, add the team spawn, and then the team number, right? So like this. In this case, we will be using FFA spawns. So add spawn, demos breeze, and then essentially we have set the spawns, right? So you need to repeat this for however many spawns your map has. In this case, we will be setting up only 5, but the map has 24 spawns, but you know, for the because this is an example, we're just using 5 spawns. Next thing you need to do is you need to set up the deathmatch system of the map. So the plugin offers 3 types of deathmatch. It offers deathmatch default, which is essentially the MTSG type of the deathmatch, which will reuse existing mob spawns for your deathmatch. It has specific, which will allow the custom values of deathmatch spawns on the map, and it has common, which is separate world like a Hive MC used to have, where it will be reused across many different maps, right? So if you want to set up the common, you have to also you need to enable it in the config, so the common deathmatch, and then you need to set it up here. But in this case, we'll be using the default one. Yeah, I mean the specific one, sorry guys. Okay, so specific. Once you have selected the deathmatch type, you need to set up the deathmatch values for specific, which is the center. radius, which will be 50 as an example, and then the deathmatch spawn themselves. So map set deathmatch spawn, maps add deathmatch spawn, demos breeze, and then you can just add them up. So I would recommend doing adding as many deathmatch spawns as you have on the map spawns, because in some cases, edge cases, it can happen that deathmatch starts with more than the number of deathmatch players, which is 4 by default in the config. For example, if the game ends and there is like 5 players alive, the spawns will be reused, so it's smart to add as many deathmatch spawns as you can, the unique ones, of course. So in this case, we'll be using 4. Okay. So after you've done that, you have set the deathmatch successfully. So now let's move on to the tier 2 selection. So as you know, on MCSG, there were 2 types of chests, tier 1s and tier 2s, as you can see on the screen. You have multiple ways of setting up the chests on the map. You have map tier 2 stick, which essentially is a blaze rod, and you can click on the chests and turn them to tier 2s. So in this case, we'll be turning all the chests here to tier 2s. And then we'll also be setting up some other chests to tier 2s, like this one. And yeah, you can also automate it by you can also automate the tier 2 chests by doing this. So for example, if your map has ender chests as tier 2s by default, what you can do is you can use the SG replacer command, and it will automatically turn ender chests to chests and add that block to the tier 2 list. So if you use this, sorry, I was too far away, it will automatically turn to chest and it will be saved as tier 2. So this is quite a helpful command. I would recommend you not abusing this though, like the higher the values, the more server resources it will be used to find all the relevant chests on the map, you know. So use this command carefully. Okay, so setting up the chests was quite easy and straightforward, as you can see. So next thing we can do is we can set the airdrop locations and coin drop. So airdrop and coin drops are 2 features that the plugin has. Airdrop will essentially spawn the tier 2 chests on random locations on the map if this location isn't set, right? So if you set the airdrop location, it will use that locations. If not, it will use random locations. For large servers that are careful about the server resources, I would recommend doing this step. So setting up the airdrop location, like we'll be doing now, like this. Map add airdrop location, demos breeze, which will set the airdrop to fall here. Also the coin drops, which will be here. Add coin drop demos breeze. You can have as many of them as you want. You can set up as many as you want. It's up to you. Also, another thing is you can set the map to special. So what I implemented in 2.0 is the special metadata for the maps. So if the map is set to special, which we will set to demos breeze to true for this example, the map will have by default, this is all configurable in the config of course, but by default 3 times more power to be selected in the map pool, and it has 3 times more power for the voting, like the voting power, right? So if For example, if it's voted once, it will have 3 votes instead of 1, if it's a special map. Also, what we can do next is we can set the outer of the map. We can set the chest refill, which will essentially refill all the chests. We have set that to true in this case. It's up to you if you want to do that. We can also set the material for the map, which will if the GUI based voting is enabled, it will essentially show that material as an item to be voted for. So in the Demo's Breeze case, we'll be using Nether Wart. I think it's quite fitting to use that, so we will be using that. So Nether Wart. And also you can set the description, the default time, which is quite cool. So we will be using night because I think Demo's Breeze at night looks cool. And you can set the random tiering of the map. If random tiering is enabled, all the chests will be randomly tiered. It won't be tier 2, tier 1s. It will be randomly tiered like it used to be on Mineplex SG. It's up to you whether you want to enable that. MCSG used to have a specific tiering, so to make it more skill based, but servers like Mineplex used to have random tiering, so it's more randomized. You can also do a description of the map, which we'll be skipping this time, the formatted name, which will appear with color codes during map bots. We'll be using this one. And also you have an option to let me check it, to set the auto, right? So all the things that you would need for maps. So after we did all this, we need to save the maps. So if you did any world changes to the map, for example, like we did adding this chest, it's important you do save all, right? So saving the map to the disk. After that, we need to save the actual map like onto the disk. So we'll be doing the Demo's Breeze case. It was saved. And then we need to save we need to update the maps.jml with all the Demo's Breeze metadata that we added. So we can do save config, and then it saves all the maps to the configuration file. After you did that, you can do map/unload Demo's Breeze. After all the map you imported, you can of course import multiple maps at once, but after you imported all the maps, you need to restart your server. So what we will be doing that. Okay, so we are back into the SG server, and as you can see, Demo's Breeze is here. It's special map, and we can vote for it. It has 3 times the power of the votes because it's a special map. And now we can SG force start to see the plugin. Now it will load up the map because chunk loading is enabled in the config. Once the map is successfully loaded, we can play on it, and it's here. Because I don't have a play alone value set to true in the config file, the game will automatically finish because I'm the only player playing the game. But you can set it if you want to test it out. Okay, so as you can see, the tier 2s, also the tier 1s, wherever they are, I don't know exactly. But yeah guys, that's basically it. That's how you set up the SG Reborn map system I hope this video was helpful, and yeah, see you guys.